Well, hello and good morning, everybody. Saigan Cat here. Thank you, Restream. Thank you for being weird. Thanks for making this weird. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. We should be done with Asgiliath now. We just gotta, like, walk out. That is my assumption. We'll see how correct that is. Yay, okay. The stream is working. I have my chat up. We're good to go. Good to go. Noisy car is noisy. Alright. Let's get out of here. Idriel has been collected. And the Fellowship B team is off to Minas Tirith.
Gondor has abandoned the city. The orcs have won this fight.
You have given me so much, lady. Do not have the words to say what is in my heart.
Upon the other side, our fates ever shall draw apart. It is Morwen for whom you are destined.
Wait, if you know who he was destined to be with, then why are you... Elves! Elves, man! I don't have any reason to, but I love you. Don't hold my hand, you're gonna wind up with someone else. What's wrong with you? Elves! Good morning, Red Mage, Firewolf, Gary, hello everybody. Trolls. Trolls, trolls, trolls. Rawr. don't believe I can sleep them, but it would be remiss of me not to try. Or you know what I could do? I could just use Paralyzing Shot. Let's go for that. He's immune. You know, naturally. Actually, no. You know what? They can actually stun. Let's just play this safe. Let's not get wrapped up into anything stupid. Oh. Oh, excellent, Gary. That's a good idea. You know, I've always wanted to do like a proper walkthrough of something, like a proper informed walkthrough of a game. I suck at doing anything that's not just like flying by the seat of my pants, though. What's up, Kona? You've already been out, so I know you're coming over here just to see if you can lay down. And no other reason. Dog. Crippling Smash works on this guy, not the other one. The DQ boss strategies? There were those DQ boss strategies, weren't there? Damn. Damn, Barathor. Bringing the thunder. You know, I know we hasted Idriel, and she is still not getting to go that much. She's got high speed, too. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. FF8. Perhaps the second most broken Final Fantasy. I really didn't enjoy 8 until I started learning how to go about breaking it. But like, once you're at that point, damn. That's where the real fun of the game is. Ha. Oh my god, I don't know why. Play with me. I always play with you a little bit before work. Oh, you just want to sit down with your toy for company? Okay, that's... Nice. Okay, stop licking me. I don't know why I'm not wounding these guys. I really should. They live long enough for it to be useful. King Madman, hello and good morning. See, now he's almost dead anyways. Just feels like a waste of time. Should have done it at the beginning. One High 30, hello and good morning. I know I'm never here, but I wanted to thank you for your amazing work. You do an amazing job with what you do. I love the commentary, the gameplay, the streams that you present to us. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. I linked a webcomic in the Discord that you should appreciate. I shall check it momentarily. Okay, is this going to be like Osgiliath, where we just need to run around and murder anything that's moving? Can I go that way? I don't know. Invisible walls! Exactly what to do about you guys. Good night. This is Elagost's only job in life now, is putting enemies to sleep. If they can't be put to sleep, Elagos doesn't usually get to fight. Good morning, Tarkios. Good afternoon. I'm glad you're playing this. It's one of my favorites. It's quickly becoming one of mine. I gotta be honest, I was not going into this game with high expectations for it, but damn. What an excellent game it has been so far. Phone, why? I think it says a lot about the game design that instead of having towns and a focus on the story, they really just focus in on the combat. And they boiled the combat down to what's good. And it's very well balanced. Dexterity up. Nothing worse than missing. I think we got new equipment too. Yep. Holy crap! What? Oh man, the damage boost is real there. Game's like, you're getting close to the end. We're going to give you some proper bows now. Speed, dex, and strength. I'll take it. It also really allowed them to focus in on the character models and have gear that, you know, changes how you look. Which is important in a lot of RPGs. And a lot of RPGs don't do that because they go for, you know, just sheer volume of things. EA needs to remaster this game. You know they could. They still have the Lord of the Rings license. There's no reason that they couldn't remaster this. I just don't see them doing it because releasing quality games is not part of their current business model. I knew that guy was going to be. There's nothing we could do about him. Thank you. Thank you for Morwen. Oh my god, don't die. Who's messaging me so early in the morning? BioWare's Casey Hudson, who'd left during Mass Effect, returns to help work on Anthem. Okay. That's good news. I still do not have much faith in Anthem being good. Does EA still have it? The Shadow of Mordor series is published by WB, though. Maybe because it's called Middle-earth and not Lord of the Rings. No, so what it is there's two separate Lord of the Rings licenses. And we saw this a lot when the movies were coming out. EA had the Lord of the Rings license. I could have sworn that they were the ones who published Shadow of Mordor. Apparently I'm wrong. And then there were also the book licenses. So even though EA was publishing their movie tie-in games, there were other companies that got licenses to the books and were also releasing Lord of the Rings branded games. They all tended to be awful, though. The Hobbit was probably the best out of all of them, and that was pretty bad. And then there were some real stinkers, like Aragorn's Quest. That one was particularly bad. Okay, so do I murder this guy and potentially not kill him? And then risk Morwen going down. You know what? I think we can take him out. I think we can do it. I believe in you, Eden. Yeah! Yeah, even when this game came out, EA had been ruining shit for years. Like, EA ruining things is a long-running tradition, even when this had come out. They planned a sequel called The White Council, but it never got going. That's a shame. I would have been really happy to jump into a sequel to this, like, right away. Huh. The ring in my little perfect bar has become offset. Interesting. Idril. I know you're all jealous of her, because apparently you've given up on getting with Barathor. Getting some Gondorian in your life. But it's important that you heal Morwen. Games don't make enough money, live services do. Games as a service is just one of the worst things. Yeah, Firewolf. I have been really good about not buying anything from EA for... oh, I want to say 10 years. What was the last game? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my shelf. I'm trying to remember what the last game that I bought from EA was. It's been a really long time. I've been really, really good about not buying EA games. Unless you count this one, which was purchased used on eBay. Which I don't think counts, because they already got their money on it. Fight Night. Round 3, I think, might have been the last EA game that I purchased. I didn't even pick up Titanfall. I know that Titanfall is apparently really good and actually worth playing, but man... they seemed very apologetic about, you know, their mistakes during E3, but you still have to wonder how honest they're being about those apologies. My deepest hope is that Disney got on them so hard about the Battlefront 2 thing, because you know how Disney is. Disney is all about image. They don't want to be associated to any negative image. And if a company like EA is going to be so hated and going to be one of the worst, regularly voted to be one of the worst companies in America, I'm pretty sure Disney is just going to like pull the plug on that sweet, sweet Star Wars licensing. So, who knows? Maybe that partnership between EA and Disney will actually turn things around. I want to believe. I really want to believe. Oh, you bought Mass Effect Andromeda? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Gear, 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 gear. What's that little... Look at that hat! That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Barathor, you're the prettiest girl at the party. The prettiest girl at the ball. Majestic. You will be invincible in the face of our foes. None shall dare to strike at your pretty new hat. So dumb looking. Look at that speed, 125, and she still seems to be really slow. Watched the Star Wars Battlefront E3, and when they announced Count Dooku, no one clapped. Everyone clapped for General Grievous. They clapped for Obi-Wan, but no one loves Count Dooku. Yeah, you know what? Perry pointed that out too when we were watching it. Like, Perry's not even, like, a really big Star Wars fan. She's seen each of the movies, like, a couple of times. Like, I don't qualify myself to be a big Star Wars fan, but that's because I've met really big Star Wars fans. One of my coworkers at my last job that I worked with, she was a member of the 501st and had, like, multiple Stormtrooper and... oh, I forget what it was. The speed bike riders on Endor. I can't remember their name. She was a massive Star Wars fan. Redefined to me what a Star Wars fan is. Star Wars fan. But yeah, Perry was watching the conferences with me, and she pointed out, like, do people not know who Count Dooku is? Nobody clapped for Dooku. Like, I heard, you know, there was good stuff announced for Battlefront 2. They definitely have apologized multiple times. They've completely done away with the loot box system. Their promises for Battlefield are promising promises. But yeah, I still can't help but be really concerned. I always felt General Grievous was some lame excuse for a Hasbro toy. Let's see how many lightsabers we can give this guy. It's all about accessories. Anyone in the toy business will tell you that. I really liked Grievous, though. It is too little too late for a lot of people. The only thing that would get me playing Battlefront 2 at this point is if it went free-to-play. You know, just go free-to-play and then sell cosmetics. It's a model that works for a lot of people right now. EA already made back their money. The fact that they're still supporting the game, despite, you know, all the drama surrounding it, is good. You know, I have to say that honestly. But we've been burned by them so many times. Whenever they make a promise like this, it's kind of like when North Korea says that they want peace. Everyone's like, oh, good. But no one really trusts them. That is how you murder trolls. Oh. Oh, it's one of these fights. Okay, I see how it is. Jimquisition had a good point. They pushed things as far as they could, and then even further to see what they could get away with. Now they're back to things we already didn't like, but compared to the loot box BS, it seems reasonable. Well, what are they doing right now that we don't like? Aside from holding a gun to BioWare's head. The Anthem gun. All the microtransactions for different skins. So, I don't think that microtransactions for skins are a necessarily bad thing. The cosmetics, I mean, if you don't want them, then don't buy them, right? Now, there's a limit to that, of course. I think DOA 5 found that limit. I wouldn't say that cosmetic sales are evil. I think his point is, a few years ago, people hated microtransactions, but now we just tolerate them. The problem a few years ago is that the microtransactions, they were still trying to figure them out. Look at horse armor. Look at horse armor. People still really hadn't figured out how to properly do microtransactions. But by and large, most of them have gotten better about it. Does anyone know if this game is backwards compatible on Xbox One? It's not on the Xbox One, it is on the Xbox 360. Oh look, back to back, Arrow's asleep. Neat. If you have a Wii, you could play the GameCube version of the game, backwards compatible on the Wii. It was also released on the PlayStation 2. So there may be some options with the PS3, maybe. Yeah, exactly. If someone wants to pay $100 for a shirt, it doesn't affect you because it doesn't change your experience at all. Yeah, and I've bought some, I've put money into some of the games that I like, Warframe in particular. But a lot of the times when I make a cash purchase in Warframe, it's usually following like some great news from Digital Extremes. Whenever they make an announcement that makes me love them more, I'm like, oh, you guys are great. I'm going to give you some more of my money. Because they seem to really have a good idea of... We're going to taunt you. Of listening to feedback. They have a really responsible microtransaction system in place. Eh. Okay, well now there's 2 trolls. My plan has backfired. Much prefer if they raised the prices of games and released a full game like they did years ago. So that's actually an excellent point. People were initially upset. So back in the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era, games were $50 new. First-party games were $50. The AAA games were $50. And then when things started going up to $60 with the Xbox 360, PS3 generation, people were really upset about that. But I don't think what they realize is that adjusted for inflation, the price of games has really gone down. Chrono Trigger, when it came out, that launched at like $80 or $90. It used to be that the price associated with the game wasn't directly related to the quality of the game or the studio. It was directly related to how big the game was. And RPGs were especially bad about it because they were so much larger. Both of these guys are immune to stuns. So that's stupid. Actually, Eden, let's No. No. No, let's put him to sleep. I'm worried that if I kill this last orc, we'll just wind up with a third troll to deal with. Let's just put him to sleep now. Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks okay, but I need more information to make my own decision about it. Another Assassin's Creed game coming out way too early. WTF, Ubisoft. I haven't played Assassin's Creed since the first one. And that is directly related to the bullshit ending of the first one. And I swore to myself, I'm not going to play Assassin's Creed until they've completed the series. And here we are, like 10 years later. Okay, so paralyzing shot doesn't work on these guys. Sleep doesn't work on these guys. Can we blind them? Well, not if we miss. So let's try that again, Elagast. There we go. I guess when your hammer is that big, being blinded isn't as big a problem as it normally would be. Haste! Haste everything! Now it's all about keeping you on the game than it is about you playing a game and beating it. Well, that's one of the nice things about the DLC, okay? And if it's done correctly, then it's okay. I think that Horizon Zero Dawn did a really good job with the timing of their DLC, because it wasn't released so early. It wasn't, you know, the day one DLC bullshit where it's stuff that was already on the disc. The Elder Scrolls games DLC is all done like expansion packs. I think that the larger expansion pack style DLCs that add to the game are fine, especially for a game like, again, I'll take it back to Horizon. Both Perry and Reggie loved the shit out of Horizon. I haven't gotten to it yet. And they were both really happy to get DLC for it, especially because that DLC came out, what, like 6 months later? Like, it gave everybody time to play the game, except me, because I'm a scrub. Elagast. It gave everybody time to play the game. And then the new content that came out was a full-blown expansion pack. Did we kill something? Oh, we killed the troll! Odyssey does look really good, but Ubisoft has kind of hit the same... They're not as bad as EA is with their new game releases, but we definitely need to consider Ubisoft's history of Assassin's Creed games at launch. They are not always quality products, regardless of how good they look. 3-strike melee attack. You don't need that. You don't need to use that right now. That's a big man attack. Oh, good. Are we done? I kind of talked a lot through this fight, but we're having a good conversation here. Tempering expectations is what we need to do about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Origins looked terrible, and my understanding, well, not terrible. It looks like they got too much RPG in Assassin's Creed, which I don't like. I mean, I like RPGs, but not in my Assassin's Creed game. I think it's better when, you know, a game really focuses in on what it does well. This, for instance, it took Final Fantasy X and it got rid of all the excess fat. I'm enjoying the shit out of this game. I think that this has been a much better game than Final Fantasy X. Does 10 have, you know, a better story and, you know, memorable characters? Yes. But which one am I honestly enjoying playing more? Well, this one. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to adore the Dragon Quest series, because they focus in on what they do well. A lot of the AAA game developers these days are just focusing in on, well, what more can we add in instead of what will make this better. No such thing as too much RPG. There is too much RPG in games that don't need to be RPG. Like the RPG system in a lot of modern first-person shooters, that's... I know a lot of people like it, but Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, when everyone started playing the series, that was where I stopped. I don't know. It doesn't play right to me, and it took a while for me to figure out what it was, and it's like, it's all the set pieces. It wasn't the RPG aspect. I'm rambling now. I discovered that the RPG aspect isn't what killed it for me. It was the focus on set pieces instead of the focus on creating interesting firefights. I know I do a lot of RPGs on the channel, but I am typically a fan of first-person shooters, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare really ruined first-person shooters for me, because it created this world that we now live in where everyone was creating set pieces instead of, you know, good games. We need to heal you. Let's heal you. Oh no, Elagast was the one who needed healing. No! I'm wasting my turn. Don't hit Elagast, please. He's squishy. He won't survive. Good job, Aiden. Whoever said there's no such thing as too much RPG hasn't played Dwarf Fortress. I want to play Dwarf Fortress, but I'm not smart enough. Like, I really wish I could get into Dwarf Fortress, but I am just not that bright. The only shooters I've ever played are Metroid Prime Trilogy. Oh, Metroid Prime Trilogy is so good. So good. But Metroid Prime succeeded as a shooter because it didn't focus on being a shooter. It focused on being a Metroid game first. It focused on being a first-person adventure game with shooting. And it worked. It worked great. I don't mind ASCII games. I used to play NetHack, even though I'm bad at it. No. Kona. No. Does poison stack with wounds? Like, I'm curious. Do you do both? I want to do both. Couldn't even stomach watching more than 5 minutes of Dwarf Fortress. Aren't there, I know NetHack has them. Doesn't Dwarf Fortress have, like, overlays and shit? So that you can play with graphics? Like, graphical mods? I want to say it did. But I will also be the first to say that I'm not an expert on Dwarf Fortress. Because, like, that's a great way to get into NetHack, because there's all sorts of releases for NetHack that, you know, add graphics to the game. They add a mouse interface. They add a proper menu so that you don't have to, you know, suffer the way our ancestors did. I don't have the time for it. Right? I respect the shit out of the Dwarf Fortress community because there's a lot going on there. Levels. Oh shit. It's Gandalf. It's Gandalf. Do you think I can get his autograph? We already played with him once. I'm sure he's just happy to see us. We're happy to see him. It's also Gandalf the White now. Give you that Dex. Give you that Constitution. You can have more Constitution too. Get that Strength up. Speed. Is that it? We're good on that. Did we get new equipment? None. None. That was a lot of work for very little reward compared to how the game usually showers us with upgrades after long fights.
It is good to see you here. Your force must divide and stop the invaders. Find me higher up in the city when you are through.
Let me join you, my friend. My hammer longs for troll flesh.
Have I ever played Mega 10 Nocturne? I have not. I hear it's excellent. I hear it's very challenging. That's what I definitely hear about it more than anything else. It's that it's challenging. The Mega 10 games are on my to-do list. I love that Elagast is just outright killing some of these guys now. How do I usually determine what I play next? Well, for a long time there, I had a Patreon-supported list, and that kind of fell off when I realized that doing the channel full-time wasn't going to work, and I had to go back to it. And with less streams and less progress, a lot of the patronage fell off, so that list has largely gone away. This is the last thing on that list. I try and do every Dragon Quest game when they come out. That doesn't always happen. I'm definitely going to be doing 11 when it comes out, but that's not until November. Or September, excuse me. Sometimes I'll just put it to a vote if I'm not sure what I want to do. I really wish we had some kind of AoE heal. Getting everybody healed up. Somebody else had a level. There we go. Oh, oh, no, no, go back. Okay. Is this going to be a belt buckle that's better than what Hadhot already has? Because his current belt buckle is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's a side grade. Kona, shut up. Monster Hunter GU comes out August 20th. Okay, yeah, I guess I won't be getting the Monster Hunter again. Elagast, why is your turn coming so late? Ouch. Damage. You're still blind on DQ11? Ah, Truth, you're gonna love it so much. It's so good. It is without a doubt the best game in the franchise. Don't do that, you dick. Alright, well, let's just... Man, he has a lot of health. We're just gonna have to take our damage. That's it. That's all there is to it. We're just gonna have to take our damage. No! Damn it! Ah, that's so lame. Yes, better than DQ8. Better than DQ5, better than DQ8. It is blindingly good. Could we stop missing? Fuck. God, that was bullshit. We've missed him several times. Oh my God, come on, be quiet. Yeah, it's amazing what back-to-back missing the enemy will do to you in this game. There's not much room for messing up. It reminds me, though, of Golden Sun, where Golden Sun and, what's another good example? Cosmic Star Heroine focused on creating interesting and quick fights by giving you a lot of resources to come back. And this is very similar. Even though you don't get like full heals or anything in between fights, you level up so consistently that you very rarely feel like you're out of fuel to continue pressing on. So the fights can have more meaning and be more interesting, and I think that's great. Ugh, why? I don't understand how items work in this game. I don't. It's still bothering me. A King's Foil does virtually nothing for Hadhod, but it's a full heal for Elagast. Why? Why is it? It's not the Constitution. I already tested that earlier in the game. And then nothing for him. There's some kind of passive ability that I haven't looked at. It might be a passive ability. I've been really bad about keeping up with those. Is there a save point nearby? Might be one behind the troll. I'm going to start this fight. I'm going to grab some coffee. BRB. far as what I'm planning on playing after this, Perry has come down hard on me to finish, finger quotes, finish, get ending B in Nier, because it was Mary's request, and she thinks that it would be fair if I did that. And Reggie and I were like, well, what if, you know, Final Fantasy VII's ending required you to play for another 10 hours? And she didn't like that argument. Because she hates Final Fantasy VII. Owie. It really irritates me that I've hasted the elf and the trolls are still faster than her. Sometimes this game just doesn't make sense. I mean, I like it. I do like it. It just doesn't make any sense all the time. It's not one of his passives, so the mystery continues. How does one hate FF7? So, the story is a hot mess. Early PlayStation graphics have not aged well. So visually, the game loses a ton of appeal there. A lot of it was really just the story. Yeah, there was just a lot about it that Perry didn't like. It was painful for her to get through because she doesn't have any of the nostalgia to carry her through it. Now, I'll agree on a critical level, 7 is a mess. That game is a hot mess. I was really looking forward to seeing CyberConnect's remake of it. And now we have no idea what's going to happen, which is traditional for Square and their quality titles. I don't know why. I don't know why. And now everyone's like mad that they didn't show more of FF7 at E3. It's like, well, they got rid of what they had. Of course they don't have more. They have to start from square one. We don't even know if we're going to get it now. They might just wind up canceling it. They did announce it too early. But it went on long enough that they had gameplay footage of it. I was fine with them moving away from the turn-based stuff. Look at how well Final Fantasy 15 is done. Honestly, my biggest thing about Final Fantasy VII was I was really hoping to just get a consistent, all-in-one package of the story. Yeah, that's true, Truth, but FF7... I think people put FF7 on too high of a pedestal. They could have, like, changed FF7's combat system to almost anything else, and I probably would have liked it. just to have a good, consistent telling of the story. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't have to play Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, and watch Advent Children to understand everything that's going on. And that's one of the reasons why Sakaguchi left Square Enix, is he hated that idea. He didn't like the idea that with, you know, he felt that an RPG release should have a full, self-contained story. And Yuji Horii agrees with that, and that's why none of the Dragon Quest games are getting, like, you know, sequels or DLC or anything. What am I doing? I'm not paying attention. I'm talking again. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly, and that's another reason why I was thinking about doing Final Fantasy 15 when I was done with this, and then they're like, hey, there's more DLC coming, so I'm still waiting. Like, I don't want to get 15 until it's all out. The new content in, like, 12 doesn't bother me, because that game's been out for, like, 10 years, and it's like, you know, it's like the additional content that they added to Dawn of Souls. They're like, hey, let's celebrate the game's release with, you know, some more content. With 15, though, it feels like, you know, I don't want to buy it until everything's out. The Royaler Edition. The Royale Edition. Five years later, I will finally try Final Fantasy 15 since it's finished releasing. FF15 Battle Royale with cheese. Yeah, if I want to play a game that's got a constant and steady flow of content coming out for it, I will play something like Warframe or something closer to an MMO. But if I'm buying, you know, an RPG where I'm going to be sitting on a couch playing it with a controller, I want all that content there. I want the full story in one go. Idriel, why are you not getting to go? I am so confused about how haste works in this game. Oh, and now she's got what, like a turn, the dwarf, a turn, the dwarf, 2 turns. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Ouch. My face. A game gets 1 month, and even that's fatiguing. Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, Xenoblade Chronicles, as much as I liked that game, it was too long. I really want to play the other Xenoblade games, but, like, I look at them, I'm like, I bet this is a great game. And then I think about it, I'm like, it will take me another year to finish it. Xenoblade Chronicles took me almost a freaking year. Gah!
Many have been bent to the Dark Lord's will, my friend. Now you know how he intended to use you. You were to open wide the gates, slay and spread ruin within the city. You were to be the Dark Lord's shadow amongst your people, an instrument of terror and death. You were to burn the citadel and to cut the white tree. Everything that you have done upon your road, all that we have lent to you, was to burn away the shadow of evil that was laid upon you. I have seen in you a portion of my hope for the future of men, dimmed by evil but not corrupted. Now you have overcome the darkness. You are free.
Oh my gosh, my phone is ringing. Because it's 8. It's time for me to get ready for work. Playtime measured now. Okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles on the low end is about a 100-hour game, right? You can milk it up to 300 hours if you do everything. 100 hours... say you get even 5 hours of playtime every day. And you're able to play it 5 days a week. That's 25 hours a week. It's still a month-long game, and that's assuming that you're playing it for 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. That is really freaking long. Zabo, I really want to play Xenoblade X, though. All the complaints that people have had about it are complaints that don't seem like they bother me. I'm really interested in it. And that's another reason, Breach. You know how I was talking about how I was kind of getting interested in learning to speedrun something? I fired up Dusk last night because I figured out of all the games that I have, Dusk is one that I just keep going back to when I have like 10 minutes. And I just have 10 minutes to burn. And I was like, how fast can I get through these levels? And I was completing them in like under 30 seconds. So maybe I'll learn to speedrun Dusk. Because I can just play that one and enjoy it, and it doesn't take a lot of time, but there's always new stuff to discover in it. Because I still haven't found every secret. Suggest against speedrunning because of the amount of practice. Yeah, that's a good case too. I just don't have enough time to do the things I want to do. That's just the long and short of it. I don't have the time to do what I want to do. There's no save point over here. Damn it. I need to find one. Okay, I'm going to focus down on combat. So that I'm not here all day. Okay, you know what? I really, really need this guy to die. Like, in the worst way. So we're just gonna burn all of our AP, killing him. Oh. That actually went really well. I wasn't expecting him to kill him with the single attack. Alright. Okay. But you're also learning to speedrun a much longer game, Breach. The speedrun times for Dusk are like under 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I have the time. I don't have the time to play what I want to play anyway. I just want more time. I want to play a game that gives me a net gain on time. That's what I want. Oh, now he survives. Now he lives. Oh my god! Elagast, what did you put on those arrows? Dude! Really? I mean, I'm not a fan of orcs either, but that was just brutal. You broke our wall. We're gonna throw pieces of our wall at you. Well, that's real nice that I got a quest journal update. There's a save point nearby, please. Oh, there's one right there. Fantastic. Nope, we're not out to Pelennor Field yet. Okay, more gold vapors is fine. Just don't give me that stupid mirror shit. Didn't I have a disruptive wave somewhere? You're right. I do. It's on Hadhod. Fuck, I completely forgot about it. It's worthless to me because I keep forgetting about it. Alright. Game is saved. It's time for me to get ready for work. Thank you for joining... Thank you for joining me today, everybody. Excellent discussions. I feel like we got a lot of good talking done today instead of just my usual confused talking done. So thanks for joining me, guys. It's always a pleasure. I will see you all next time.